Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another ReMemento White Shadow video. Alright, in today's video, I'll be doing a overview of my 1 week progression on this account. I initially did do some rerolls on 5 different accounts. One of the accounts unfortunately didn't get a single SSR, so I obviously did not pick that one. The other 3, believe it or not, actually I got SSRs on them, but they are all the SSRs you can actually pull from the selector banner here. One of the accounts I got Chloe, the other one I got Artemis, and then the other one I got Bernice. All of which are pretty good characters, especially Chloe. She's probably the best cleanser and healer in the game. And Artemis is one of the best PvE characters. She does DOT, sort of like, yeah, she's just basically a DOT damage dealer. And Bernice has some pretty good immunity as well as damage reduction for your team. But since you can select any of those 3, I decided to go with this account, which I actually managed to re-roll. This character, right here that's staring at you, Diana. And she is one of the best MP or battery generators in the game, both for PvP and PvE. So I think this account is definitely a winner. You guys also might be wondering why I still have this banner up and I haven't done any summons or selected a character from this banner. That's because I wanted to wait. There was a weekly login. They gave a lot of pulls, standard pulls. You see I have 60 here. And then it also gives one of these things right here. These cubes that can actually give you a random 5-star character. So what I wanted to do was wait until today basically. Open up these cubes and then do a 10 pull on, I guess, the standard banner right here to see what options I have available. And then based on what I get from the cubes and that 110 pull, I will probably pick the character from the selector summon. It's going to be between either Chloe or Artemis as the 2 choices. And if I get either of them, then obviously I'm going to pick the other one. And if I get both of them, well, I'll probably just pick Bernice. She's a pretty good solid tank in general. I'm currently Warden level 35. I kind of just been chilling. The first day I did go quite a bit ham and grinded a lot. But after that, a lot of stuff came up, got quite busy. So did not get to play as much as I wanted to. I'm also missing a lot of the treasure chests on the map. What I like to do is I don't like to open up any of the chests until I do like an entire session where I look at the map or find a map online and I try to open up all the chests all at once. So I'm missing a lot of Warden level EXP from that. There's also a lot of the side missions and quests that I have not completed. You can even see them on the map here. Let me just show you the map real quick. These exclamation points over here, and there should be some over here. I haven't done a lot of these, so there's a bunch here as well. So those will all add up. And then as you can see for the progression, I barely open. I try not to open any of the chests. Sometimes I misclick and then they get opened up. But yeah, for the most part, most of the map is explored, but a lot of the content I have left untouched. And then one more thing I want to go over is there's a statue behind me. They drop like these things called Remnants of Dawn. I have started picking up some of these. Actually, I have picked up about probably about 14 to 16 of these before the recording of this video. Mainly because I wanted to get the extra pulls. I was missing about 3 for an extra 10 pull. I wanted the extra 3 standard pulls so I can see if I get a SSR on the standard banner, as well as pick up this Lycone here, which is a really good, oh, I can't show you guys, but it's a really good 4-star healer Lycone for any of your healers that need to use a Lycone. It's not called Lycone in this game. I keep calling it Lycone because it's very similar to Lycones in Honkai Star Rail. They're called mementos. And of course, this account is free to play. I'll show you guys right now the Artemis first purchase gift. You can spend any amount. It could be $1 and you get Artemis for free. But I like to play these games free to play. So unfortunately, I do not get this Artemis. I have to select her from that selector summon if I really want her. Well, since we're already on the events tab, there's a little spinny event I've already done. I waited one more day, I could get 5 more pulls, but honestly it's probably not worth it to get these summons out of the way. Of course, these are the rewards you can get from your Warden level. I'm currently stuck on this one because I'm waiting out to see what mementos I could potentially pull from these summons, some decent 4-star ones. There's like 2 or 3 3-star mementos that are really worth investing into, even for 3-star mementos like the ones that give speed for the support. I think there is one for the debuffer class as well. So if I don't get any 4-star mementos that are worth upgrading, I will eventually complete this and upgrade some of the 3-star mementos that I have. Get that mount, and then there's some other pretty nice rewards along the way. Of course, this is the selector summon, which I will do at the end of this video, along with the cube opening. Oh, and then this is the last part of the main story quest, and I have to say, I completed it probably like 2 or 3 days ago, but it was... This boss right here, this lady, she is the final boss. That boss fight took me like an hour in multiple attempts. And when I finally beat the first phase, I was so happy, and then I realized there was a second phase to the boss fight. And it was really bad. This boss fight was so close. It literally came down to my I'll show you guys later, but my Jeremiah is my main damage dealer. But she essentially never got to move in this fight because this boss pushes back and she also stuns on the second phase. And since she's a water element, or the blue element, she always targets my Jeremiah. So essentially, my main damage dealer almost never got to move this entire fight. And then eventually I beat her with one sliver of HP on my Diana. And then she was one sliver of HP away from being beat as well. We literally beat this boss. I honestly should have did a recording. It was like the most epic boss fight in any gacha game that I've ever played. It was absolutely insane. Oh, but I'm just glad I got her over with and we got all the rewards. This is the current grinding event that's been going on. I have bought out all the summons as well as the gear. I would highly recommend everyone starting out, basically, you guys are all beginners, to buy out these red gears. No matter what type of character you use, if it's HP main stat or any sort of like stat for your support characters, you can still use it, even though this is not the most ideal set. It's a crit set. Just the raw stats that it gives you will allow you to progress a lot faster in the early game. So I highly recommend actually buying this out first before you even buy something like the summons. But yeah, I cleared out most of that already. For this, I can show you guys real quick how far I progressed. It's not very far. We still have like a month, so I'm not going to go too ham on it, but I've basically cleared everything until... At least this water boss is really difficult for me because my main damage dealer is Jeremiah, fire element. So obviously she's missing a lot, and she also gets toughness broken by the boss, so I only cleared this to level 5. All the other ones I've managed to clear until level 6. And honestly, since it's like just the beginning, or the launch has only been like a week, if you're able to clear out all the stages up to round 8, you can get the premium currency, and you still have like over a month to do it. So I don't really see this being an issue the more we play the game. Oh, and then now we have this. This is essentially, it's called the Abyss, but this is more similar to like, it's like a roguelike mode, so I guess simulated universe in Honkai Star Rail. You basically go through these floors, and in each floor you complete, you get a buff. You get to choose between 3 buffs. My goal was to initially clear it to around level 15, so I could get the additional currency for this. This allows you to craft materials to allow you to select a main stat when crafting gear, or reset your substat rolls for your 5-star gear. So it's pretty solid. I actually managed to clear all the way to 18. I have not attempted level 19 yet, but I think I've done a pretty good job, because on the Korean server, I think I got to around round 22 or 23, and that's when I started not being able to complete or beat the boss. Of course, there was a language barrier, and I'm actually able to read what the buffs do on the global server. So maybe we can even push further. It does reset later today, so I will do a couple of attempts. If I'm able to get to round 20, that'll actually allow me to craft one more piece of gear and also select the main stats. So that will give my account a huge power boost. And I actually already crafted a piece of gear that I'll show you guys later on one of my characters. And speaking of characters, let me go over the ones that I own. Obviously here, we have Diana, the first maid. Very good character, one of the best, like I said before, in both PvP and PvE. So this is mine right here. Skills, don't need to worry about because mine hasn't been upgraded. Now, this is our gear. I've been trying to hold back on enhancing gear that isn't at least yellow grade. So as you can see, all the purple and blue ones are at +0. And then even the red ones, some of these did not roll really well. Like it rolled in the flat defense and crit rate, and it's an HP main stat on a crit piece. So obviously not the best, so I'm trying to hold back on putting full enhancements into these pieces. The max enhancement level in this game is level 12, so I actually maxed out this piece. This is actually the piece that I crafted with those materials from the Abyss, And I have to say, of course, it's speed boots, so no matter what, it's early game. I'm not going to throw these away, no matter how bad or dog shit the sub rolls are. And this is pretty bad. It's rolled all into flat attack and flat defense. Granted, it came with flat attack, flat defense, and flat HP. When I saw this and crafted it, I was like, wow, this is pretty bad, but I still have to keep it and use it. And it's the only pair, I think it's the only pair of speed boots I have right now. I don't think, unless I recently somehow managed to grind a pair of speed. No, it is literally the only piece of speed gear I have on this entire account, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even get any from the lower dungeons, which is kind of unheard of. But anyways, so this is my Diana's gear. And then for her Lycone, currently she's using a 3-star. I keep saying Lycone, just whatever. You guys know what I mean. It's Memento, Lycone, same thing. You guys know what I mean. She's using a 3-star Memento, and it's the one that gives 8 speed. And this is one of the 3-star Mementos that I think is actually worth enhancing for your characters. Because speed is always a great substat, and your support characters are one of the few characters that don't really need like a lot of HP or a lot of defense or a lot of attack. Those are mostly going to be for your main damage dealers, your tanks and healers that scale off defense or HP might need better light cones or mementos past the 3-star level. But for your supports, all they need is a bunch of speed for the most part. So this 3-star memento, in my opinion, if I don't get any other 4-star mementos that can replace it, I will probably just end up enhancing this. I've not really worked on her, talents or traces yet. I will start working on them later when we start grinding these domains. I'm going to actually start grinding the domains or the dungeons that give these trace material or talent material once they start dropping yellow grade gear, which is going to be one more, I forgot what it's called. It's like Kaleido rank or something, Kaleido world. One of those things. It drops at the next level at level 8. I'm currently at level 7, so we are a little bit short. Got to do a lot of warden level grinding in order to get there. Alright, the next character is Ciri, basically the free healer that you get, and honestly, she does a pretty good job. The difference between her and Chloe is Chloe has a lot more cleansing. She has 1 cleanse on her skill 2, and it's only 1 debuff, so there are times when my team does get overwhelmed with debuffs. But in terms of healing, they're pretty comparable. In fact, Ciri might actually heal more because she doesn't even have to use her skill to heal up. As you can see, her passive, each of her turns, she heals all her allies for 5% of her max HP, and this is not even skilled up yet. So once you put more investment, or once I put more investment into her, I feel like she'll be able just to solo sustain my team even better than Chloe. But like I said, she's not as good when it comes to cleansing. This is her gear, some purple gear on a speed set, and then some of the red gear that has HP and effect res. Of course, these aren't ideal, not the ideal set nor subs, so I'm trying to hold back, and I'm just putting them, enhancing them to +6 for now. Our Memento is the one that I got from that statue. I actually had her on a different one before. I had her on one of the 3-star ones. I think it was the one with HP increase, but obviously now that we have this one, this is just a better version, and I'll probably upgrade it further once I have the materials to do so. I actually think this is a very good 4-star memento for healers, because you always want effect resist, and then obviously if you're using a healer, they're going to heal. Very good generic abilities and substats overall. And then for the skills, it's fair. Actually, I think I'm going to put more investment into her compared to my supports, because if she doesn't have enough HP, speed, or effect resist, she really doesn't function as well as a healer. So your healers need more resources compared to someone like your supports. Alright, next we have Jeremiah, and she's essentially currently being used as like my main damage dealer. Once we do our cube openings and summons for either Artness or Chloe, probably not Chloe. I'm leaning more towards Artness because I want to pair her with Jeremiah, and Artness can function better as a main DPS compared to Jeremiah. Anyways, this is her gear. Currently, I have her on a triple crit set because it's the event gear, and it gives the most stats, even though she doesn't really care about crit. All she wants is a lot of attack, some effect hit rate, so she can land her debuffs. She's also a debuffer or DOT character, just like Artness, and some decent speed. Mine is currently really slow because we don't have speed boots. I'm running an attack piece right here. And this is the red gear that I got. Some of it's, like this one rolled really bad, all in the flat defense, so that is getting thrown away eventually in the future. This one I may keep or enhance further, depending on Actually, probably not. It doesn't really have, other than speed, the substats for a traditional crit damage healer. For Jeremiah, it's pretty good because it's got effect hit and speed, but she doesn't care about the crit damage. Eventually, I will swap this out for an attack percentage chest piece. And these pieces, this one's really bad in general. If it landed in the attack and crit damage, I might have enhanced it more. But overall, it's not that great. This one also had potential. It could have rolled into speed and crit damage, but it all rolled into flat attack. So I might still keep this because, I mean, it is red gear for now. But eventually in the later game, we're going to be getting rid of it. But this piece right here, this is an absolute banger. Like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of crit rate. Unfortunately, Jeremiah doesn't really use crit rate, so this will eventually be transferred onto a more traditional DPS, and they will definitely love the crit rate, crit damage, and even the attack here. So this is an absolutely amazing piece. Her memento is her signature memento, I guess. You get it for free. I think I also pulled an extra copy. That's why it's at Synthesis Phase 2, at level 70 right here. Pretty much, unless there's another debuffing type of warrior or attacker type, this is essentially tailor-made for Jeremiah because of the effectiveness and the whenever you deal damage over time, you increase your attack gauge. I actually have not worked on her traces or talents yet because, like I said, I'm waiting until we get to level 8, or world level 8, in order to farm the domains for that, so we can also get some decent gear along the way. I actually don't have Theodore built up, but I do plan to build him in the future, especially if I need like a tank. He's very good for his provokes, and he's also free. So yeah, he's a pretty good character overall, but I don't currently have him built yet because I'm just using Ciri as a sustainer. And currently I'm only focusing on 4 characters as of now. Obviously that's going to change once I do some of the summons later on in this video. But he's definitely someone that I am paying attention to. That's why I have him started up. I just haven't started working on him yet. Alright, and then next we have the only other SSR character that I managed to pull from the standard summons, and that's Priscilla. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I also happen to have her on the Korean account as well, so that's pretty nice. She is basically a support character that gives your teammates immunity, a prevention from getting weakness or toughness broken, as well as a shield and damage reduction on her skill too. So she's a very defensive support type of character compared to some of the other more offensive characters as well. I haven't built her up yet because I haven't really seen the need for her, as I'd rather just use someone like Ciri for just healing instead of the shields are nice and all, and so is the immunity, but eventually if you end up taking damage, your team will die. I do plan on maybe using her as like a pseudo sustainer on my second team, because there is an abyss in this game, or a sort like end game content where you do need to build 2 teams, and you're gonna need 2 healers or 2 forms of sustain, and I feel like she could fit that second sustainer slot, which is why I'm leaning more towards Artness as the 5-star character I will select for the summoning session, rather than Chloe. Even though like Chloe, in my opinion, is one of the best healers in the game, I feel like Priscilla, or whatever her name is, I think it's Priscilla, but I feel like she might be able to fit that role as well. But currently, I don't really have a use for her. That's why she's not built up yet. I just put a random memento on her. Probably going to replace it later on. So yeah, she's not fully built yet. Alright, next is Shoot Tin. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Either way, it kind of looks like Shut In. So we're just going to call her Shut In. That's my nickname for her. But she also kind of looks like a Shut In as well. Anyways, enough of making fun of her. This is going to be her gear. I just put on her speed set, and then a lot of her gear is pretty bad. There's like a couple. Oh, they're pretty bad except for this piece. This piece, although it's not like made for her, these are perfect substats for any crit scaling bruiser, whether they scale off HP or attack. Basically, this is bruiser gear, and it's like perfect substats as well. Even if it all rolls into, I'm hoping it doesn't all roll into HP, but even if it all rolls in HP, it can still be good for like an HP scaling bruiser that may or may not come out, or currently is out in the game, depending on who I pull. So this piece is really good. Definitely not going to be throwing away. All the other pieces are kind of meh. And I'm kind of refraining from even leveling this one because it's a defense main stat on a crit piece with no speed at all. So yeah, going to be kind of useless after the mid game passes on. So that's why I haven't enhanced it yet. Her Lycone is actually her signature Lycone, and I leveled it up a bit. It gives a little bit of speed and a 50% chance for speed up on basic attacks, so it's not bad. It's good for cycling her. It does give less speed than the 3-star Lycone, but eventually it's a 4-star Lycone. You'll pull multiple copies of it eventually. And these are her traces and talents. I did work on them a little bit just for the speed stats. Alright, and the last 3 remaining characters, he's not really worth mentioning. He does damage and he specializes in breaking the enemy. I don't think he's that great, so I don't think I want to build him. And honestly, not a big fan of the design. Yuri you get for technically free. You get her from a 10 pull, the beginner summoning banner. Everyone has her. She does a lot of single target damage, and her focus is around outspeeding and breaking the enemy. I could build her if I want to use her as a secondary damage dealer for my second team, or like my main damage dealer on my second team. If I don't pull anyone other than Artness as like a damage dealer, I might end up using her. I actually do have her signature Lycone as well, so that would fit really well. It gives her speed. We'll see. I may build her, but obviously she's a 4-star, and currently there is a banner. I forgot her name, but she's also a green unit, and she's also a damage dealer. I feel like she's just going to get outscaled very quickly as the game goes on and more characters come out. And she's like one of those characters you get for free. She's not bad by any means, but I don't really know if I want to put my resources in her. That's why she's currently not built. I do like her design, though. Absolutely. Okay, I probably shouldn't show this before my video gets demonetized. Alright, moving on. My face is blocking the icon, but this is Lilica. I think that's how you pronounce her name. You get her for free in the mail for pre-registration rewards, or like the global launch rewards, I don't know. She's a healer and a reviver, actually. The revive might actually come in handy one of these days, as the endgame content, like the MOC or the Abyss, does require your characters to stay alive before you finish the run. So her revive mechanic might actually be pretty useful. So I might consider... That's another reason why I think Chloe might not be a better pick than Artness for the 5-star selector summon. Because you have another healer option that you get for free. Granted, she does... I don't think she has a cleanse in her kit. Let me just double check real quick. Spend health, immortality, which is nice, revive, and then revive. Yeah, she doesn't have a cleanse in her kit, unless maybe there's a memento that you can give her later on in the future that I'm unaware of that gives her the ability to cleanse. So she's just a straight up pure healer, reviver as well. So she'll fit that role well, but if you ever bring her into content that's heavy in hard CC or debuffs, then obviously Chloe's going to be the premium choice. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on her for now. If I do need her for any content, I will eventually build her up, and she happens to be the only dark unit I have on my account currently. Oh, one last thing before I do the summoning and cube openings is this is the Abyss Corridor. Basically, like I said, the MOC, the Memory of Chaos, or the Abyss content. There's 2 different stages. There's like the beginner one, which you only need 1 team, and it's relatively easy, even though I've only cleared up to 60 stars. Eventually, when I have all my characters at level 80 and maxed out, this shouldn't be that hard. It's this part where you need 2 teams, which is going to take a while. Building characters is not easy in this game, or any turn-based game. So basically, this is going to be very difficult until you have 2 well-built teams in order to survive and clear both stages. But for this one, I cleared up to 60 stars so far. I can actually clear and get more stars, but the next level that I'm currently struggling on, I'm lacking damage right now because I'm using only Jeremiah as my main damage dealer. So I can only 2-star it, and I'm basically not able to clear it within time. Eventually, we have plenty of time. It's like maybe 2 more weeks before this resets. So you guys have plenty of time to get this to 90 star, and then after that, if you have 2 teams built, you can try and clear as far as you can for this. If not, I'm probably not. Just do as much as you can before it resets. Alright, and now for the moment I am the most excited for the cube opening. Out of all the characters that are available here, I think there's only 4 characters that I would not be happy with. And that would be her. I don't like her because she's very RNG when it comes to her damage. You have to basically kill things in order to get resets. So I'm not a big fan of that. She is good for farming though, if you guys like to use her. This character right here, Ravi, she is an HP scaling tank / maybe damage dealer, but she's basically HP scaling tank. Not great for PvE, probably good for PvP. Similar to this is another one right here. This Froggo girl. She's also a bruiser that scales off attack and HP as well. but pretty good in PvP, but I'm mostly looking for characters that can provide me some value in PvE as well. So her, and then Ravi's not one that I really want either. And then the last one, is there another one that I don't want? I don't think there's actually another one that I don't really want here. Everyone else is pretty solid. They have some use in PvE or PvP. So yeah, I think that's it. So it's only 3 characters. Anyways, let's see what I can get. And pray I don't get those 3 characters that I talked about. Oh, it's fire. Oh no, there's a chance. Oh good. Oh boy. No! Of course we get Ravi. This is why I should never say anything before I do any summons or open any chests. Alright, so we got Ravi. Oh boy, that's a fire unit and she's a tank. We'll see. I probably won't build her. God damn it. Okay, that's 1 cube down. Let's see what else we get. It's another fire. Oh boy. Just be Artness, please. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Wow. What is with all the fire characters that I'm getting? She's fine. She is the she was the previous raid up character, and she's a healer, so that makes it almost, yeah, I'm most definitely not going to pick Chloe now because she is a healer, and she'll most likely be my second team's healer now. So there's that. Not too happy about the Ravi pull. This one, the Anas, whatever her name is, that's okay. It's not too bad. I'll take it. Definitely has some uses for PvE and PvP, so I'll take that. Alrighty, let me do my 1 standard pull. Probably won't get a 5-star from this, but you never know. Might get lucky. And after that, we will move on to the selector summons, which probably will be Artness. I'll probably think it over a bit, but we'll see. Anyways, let's do this 10 pull. See what we got. Is it purple or is it? It's purple. I'll let it run. Normally, if I weren't doing a video, I would just skip it. Could be more than 1 purple, maybe. Oh, there's 2 purples. Okay, I'll take that. Please let it be like a Lycone or something I can use, or a good 4-star. That is not a good 4-star. I was looking for someone like Pluto, who is my favorite waifu in this game. Oh, we got another copy of what's her face? Yuri's Lycone, which isn't bad, but it's a Lycone I already have, so it's just going to be used for superimposition or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so not a great temple. Alright, so after reading part of Anna's kit, her skill 2 here, it actually dispels all debuffs from all allies. So I'm pretty much all but guaranteed to be picking Artness from the selector summon over Chloe. Although Chloe, like I said before, she is the best cleanser in the game. Just having this one ability to cleanse all allies, I think that's already good enough to warrant her being my secondary healer, or maybe no, my main healer essentially, because what do you call it? Siri's going to be my secondary healer now. But yeah, I think it warrants using her on my second team or main team. So this pull ended up actually being pretty solid. Filled the second role of a healer, which was kind of unexpected, honestly. Alright, and finally, we are here at the selector summon. It is 50 for pity, and I have exactly 50 summons. Maybe we get lucky and get her early. I would like that, as we did get unlucky and we managed to pull Ravi. So we'll see. Let's see if we get lucky with this. And there's, by the way, there's no other 5-stars in the pool. So if you see a spark or a golden thing here, it is guaranteed to be Artness. And I would just use whatever remaining pulls I have on the standard banner to see what we can get. Alright, first 10 pull here. Nothing too amazing. We can get any good 4-stars. That would be nice. Doesn't seem like anything great so far. Oh, Sasha! Well, I think I just found my second damage dealer for this account. Well, obviously there's Artness, but the thing is I'm going to be pairing Artness and Jeremiah together. So that's one team. And then for my second team, I think I might build Sasha. She's not like OP or anything, but she's a very good single target water damage dealer. So I might actually build her. And she is also a waifu. That's probably the main reason. Yeah, it's probably the main reason. Alright, on to the next 10 pull. Oh, it's yellow, 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 yellow! Nope. Should I skip? Nah, I feel like if I skip, I don't know, I get unlucky. That's only one 4-star. Okay, what is it gonna be? Oh, Rampart. He might be a good alternative for a knight. It's funny because he looks like Old Man Japard from Star Rail, and he also plays like Old Man Japard. He shields your team. Essentially, he's a shielder. So he might be useful for some PvE content. But now that I think about it, now that I have 2 healers, I may or may not even need a shielder anymore. So we'll see. Alright, moving on, please. Oh, we got her early. Okay, let's go. Hey! So we get 2 multis for the standard banner. Maybe we get a SSR, but I'm pretty happy that we got Artness early. There's a little bit of luck there, I guess. I wasn't paying attention. Did we get a 4-star as well? Or is it just Artness? Oh, there she is. Kiat! Damn! I don't know why I'm so surprised I used her on the Korea server, so kind of used to it, honestly, at this point. I don't think we got anything else. Alright, so just Artness, but that's fine. We got her early. 20 pulls left. Gonna be spending it on the standard summon, and hopefully we get something from there. I'll take it. Alrighty, standard summons, let's go. Be really nice if I can get one more SSR. It'll make up for getting, nope. Not on this tempo, I'll make up for getting Ravi. Honestly, Ravi isn't that bad even. She's good in PvP. It's just I don't really want to focus on PvP right now. And I want to be able to build 2 teams up for the hard PvE content. So I can clear that. Once I've conquered all the difficult PvE content, then we can start focusing on PvP. But maybe she's just gonna, I mean, oh, a knight, what do you call it, Memento? Although, not really building any knights right now. Maybe Dealor, I'll build him. But, yeah, I guess it's okay. I'm really looking, I need another healer Lyco now that I think about it. Or Memento. Yeah, I need another healer Memento. So, it's okay, I guess. But yeah, Ravi might be just a future investment. Even though currently I don't need her. So, I guess I shouldn't give her too much flack for being a PvP character. It's funny because if I pull Libertas, who is like the best... Oh, it's Jello! Oh! Got an SSR. We'll get back to the Libertas topic after this 10 pull. Or I guess I could say it right now. Oh, there's a purple. Okay, so we got an SSR. But it's funny, if I pull Libertas from one of the cubes, I actually would have been really happy, even though she is a PvP only character. Even though she's functioned, it's like she's really good in PvP and she's not really that used in PvE. I don't know, it's just the character's design. Then you have Ravi, who I'm not a big fan of the design, but obviously she's just like Libertas, great in PvP, but not really that great in PvE. So I'm just being a little bit biased, so don't mind me. Anyways, SSR, let's see what it is. I think it's the last one or something. Let's see, SR. Oh, this one. Oh, I actually need to ask you guys a question because this is a debuff for Lycone, and I did use this on what do you call it, my Artness in the Korean server, and I did not know what it did because it was in Korean. But I read over the English translation, and I'm not sure if it's correct, if it's intended to be that way. If it is, then this Lycone's actually dog for any other character other than this character right here. It's his signature Lycone. But I will ask you guys that question after we get to the SSR. Let's see who it is. Water element. Oh, is it gonna be Chloe? That'd be kind of awkward. Okay. I am very happy with this. Oh my god, it's Beatrice. It is Beatrice. Let's freaking go. Never mind. Scratch the Sasha build. You know when I said I was gonna build Sasha as my second main DPS? Oh no. Oh no, we're building Beatrice. Oh, she is one of the best damage dealers in the game right now. As of now. And she's also waifu. Waifu as hell. She's basically, I mean, if you guys care about the story, I guess I won't spoil it, but she's essentially gonna be one of the main characters you meet along the storyline. And her animations are absolutely disgusting as well. Woo! We got Patrice. Let's freaking go. I think that is one of the top 3 picks that I wanted in terms of characters. She's definitely the top 3. Oh, let's go. This makes up for the freaking Ravi pull that I got earlier. Oh, my account's gonna look pretty good. Okay, here's the question. So this Lycone, it says increases your effect hits by 7% and reduces your attack gauge by 5% whenever you hit an enemy with a buff. I really hope this does not mean you actually reduce your action value if the enemy has a buff, because that would make this Lycone really bad. Like, the effect hit rate is good on Artness, but if you ever attack an enemy with like a buff, you end up screwing yourself. And the reason, like, I believe this might be true is because this character right here in the Lycone, his signature Lycone essentially, he does like an unbuffable debuff, and I think he also strips buffs from the opponent. So that's his main gimmick. So when you're using him, essentially the opponent should pretty much never have a buff. So the secondary effect technically almost should not, be in effect whenever you use this character. But I feel like this, I don't know why they would add this. Unless it means something else. Unless it means you end up reducing the attack gauge of the enemy. But it says your attack gauge whenever you hit an enemy with a buff. So, I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'm probably going to hold off from building this Lycone or Memento until I get further clarification, because that sounds like a pretty bad Memento in my opinion. Anyways, that Patrice pull. Very happy about that. I will definitely take it. Alrighty guys, well that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what your account is looking like, what characters you've managed to pull, and of course if you know the answer to that Memento question I asked earlier, please let me know in the comments below as well. But other than that, I'll see you guys in my next ReMemento White Shadow video. Until then, take care and peace.